Now, this is the way you usually hang hammocks when you have trees, but if you're not fortunate enough to be in a campsite where there are trees available, then you have to hang it on the ground like I am doing. Now this is really awesome. 3 levels.
Now for me, since I can't just hop in it from above, I got to figure out how to get in it from below.
Oh, now how are you going to do that from down below?
I grab on, swing my legs in, use my body. See if you can do it while he's on the over.
That is awesome.
Do that at night.
I like that.
And then knock out because you're so tired.
And that's easy. Now
he's got to get in the bug net first. He might be the lucky one tonight with the bug net.
Although the bugs won't be bad. They won't bother you with all this breeze. Most people hang hammocks from trees, but sometimes there aren't any trees around, like in this area. What do? You can easily put your hammock on the ground, tying it to 2 trekking poles, and then putting a tarp over it. In many ways, this has advantages over traditional hammock camping. For example, you have more room inside your hammock, you can turn around, and if you have a bug screen with that hammock, nothing can get in. Let's look inside the tarp, and you can see in the tarp, under the tarp, there's my hammock with a bug screen. I have a pillow at one end and then a sleeping mat underneath. And the advantage, of course, is that you can turn around and get things. You have a lot of room inside. And watch this video where I've slept in this hammock, this setup for 3 nights. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed sleeping in a hammock this way. You should try it sometime. Well, it's time to hit the sack. Good night, John.
Night, Dad.
Okay, I'm going over to my shelter. And let's see. There it goes. You can see I'm under this tarp. It's actually pretty comfortable in here. Oh my goodness, this isn't bad at all. not bad at all. It's so warm, I think I'm going to leave the tarp off of it for a while and look up at the stars. And if I get cold at all, I'll just pull the tarp over me and warm up. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. I slept very well in this hammock on the ground. Makes a good tent, very comfortable. Oh, let's see what it looks like outside. I did put the tarp over me. Oh yeah, it looks nice. Good morning, John. Well, I'm going to get up. John is up and making breakfast over here. What are we having for breakfast, John?
Oatmeal, coffee, and bananas.
Sounds pretty good. Oatmeal, coffee, and bananas. I'm just going to sit here and look at the river while you make breakfast.
I am taking a video. Wow, look at that. You really hit your head pretty hard there.
Yeah, that hurt. That's the problem, John. When you wear a hat like this, you can't see things that are right up above your head.
Yeah, well, I think you need a hard hat version.
Yep. And the water's clear. And look right up here. There's Gorman Spring. We made it to Gorman Springs.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's absolutely clear. And all this water here feeds those falls that we were just at.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it feeds those falls. And the bump in my head isn't too bad.
No, you got to watch out for those trees, Dad.
Yeah. Gotta look up.
Hope I don't hit one on the way out. Hey, Dad, where'd you get that canteen you just drank out of? Where'd you get that canteen you just drank out of? From John. From the bushcraft meetup. Thank you, John. And also thank you for the wonderful knife that you gave me.
I made it.
You made it.
We just got back from hiking all day, and it rained here about a half an inch, and yet this stays dry. I think that because the tarp flaps around, it shakes the water off of it. Let's see how dry it is inside. If my sleeping system is dry. Well, let's look. Yep. The hammock is dry. Works perfectly well on the ground. That looks really good, John. What are we having for dinner?
Well, I took some freeze-dried mushrooms and some chicken stock in a box.
Uh-huh.
For about 30 minutes in a Ziploc bag. I just rehydrated the mushrooms in the stock, in the chicken stock, a whole box of it, and a whole package of the mushrooms. And then I used that as the liquid for this rice mix. It's a Nor rice mix, chicken and broccoli rice mix.
Chicken and broccoli rice mix.
Chicken and broccoli rice mix. But before I added the rice, I used some of the rehydrated mushroom water and some olive oil to cook the asparagus in, to give it more of an earthy flavor. That was really good. That's
Okay.
really good, Dad. You're gonna have to try some.
Don't you want some? Bon appetit. Mmm. That is really good. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Happy Father's Day.
Time to hit the sack. It's cooler than it was last night, and there's even dew on the grass. Let's see. Yeah, it looks nice and dry inside. I've got a Soul Escape bivvy that I'll use if it gets a little bit too cold. I'll start out just in the hammock like I did last night, but if it gets too cold, I'll just slip on the Soul Escape bivvy. Let's see, let's open this now. Here's the zipper. I'm inside and it's just as comfortable as last night. See you guys in the morning. Good night.
Good morning, guys. I heard the first birds a couple of minutes ago. It did get a little bit cold last night, a little breezy, so I pulled out the Soul Escape bivvy and I'm using it like a blanket. It's not warm enough to crawl inside. In fact, it's too warm, so I don't want to crawl inside. But I just put it over my clothes just to keep me a little bit warmer. Oh, and you know another good thing about sleeping on the ground like this? I have enough room that I can roll over and turn around and stretch. And you can't do that when you're hammock hanging in a normal way, but when it's on the ground, it's just like a bed, and because it has a mosquito netting, I have no issues at all with any biting or crawling insects. Let's see. Oh, where's the screen? I'll open it up. Let's see outside.
Good morning, John.
Morning.
Sure is a beautiful day. I've already seen some deer when I was looking right outside the tent.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Does that mean we're having venison for breakfast?
Ha ha ha. You're a good little damselfly.
Well, tonight we are having a stir-fry vegetable, or stir-fry rice mix that we added zucchini and yellow squash to, and some chicken.
Mmm. You know, I like that as much as last night.
Yeah? I'm glad. Now we know where all the deer go. It's right next to our campsite.
It's time to get into bed. It's a lot warmer than it was last night. And it's relatively dry. The fireflies have been out here like crazy tonight. I look forward to crawling into bed. You gotta try this. It isn't hot, it's just comfortably warm. I'm not gonna need any other padding tonight. I'm just gonna sleep like this and go to sleep listening to the crickets and looking up at the fireflies. Good night, guys.
Good morning, guys. It's starting to get light. I've just heard the first birds. Man, it sure is comfortable in here. It's just like a regular 2-wall tent because the bug screen keeps any dew or condensation away. There's very little condensation on the outer wall, and that is the tarp. Let's see what it looks like outside. Oh yeah, it's beautiful out here. Man, sun's coming up. There's the sky. It is awesome. What a morning.
Coffee?
Oh yeah.
There you go. No, it's hot. It's careful, it's hot.
Oh, it is hot. It's hard to believe it's been 4 days.
4 days now.
Wow.
On the side of the river.
This is quite a camping trip, John.
Well, I hope you had a wonderful Father's Day.
I have.
There we go. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that coffee's good. Thanks for sharing this trip with me.
You're welcome, Dad. Thank you for joining me.
The last 4 days at Colorado Bend State Park have been fabulous. The weather was perfect, although we did have a little thunder shower, and my hammock on the ground stayed perfectly dry. And so if you're in a situation where there aren't trees around, try putting your hammock on the ground. I think you'll like it. Until next time, peace. And remember to always leave your campsite better than when you found it.